Hi friends, Jen Sprague, health coach here. Wearing my health coach shirt, so cute. Just had a workout and it's rainy. It's like a misty rain and it feels so glorious. You know how after like a heat wave or days and days of like sweating and then it rains and you're like, hallelujah. That's what it's like today. And just finished a workout. And you know how hard it is to start after you've had like a lull. Like I was doing some traveling and playing around with some friends because I had a birthday and yay, I'm older and wiser, so this one's worth more. You're welcome. But now getting back into like, what do I really want? How do I get there? You guys, we've all been there. So working out is one of those things, and I happen to have a gym like so close. So I did some Peloton with this awesome Latina lady. Of course, I'm not great with the names, but I just love her. And there was some Beyonce and some Christina Aguilera and you know. So here's the point of this one, is that building muscles, like we know, takes time and it doesn't happen overnight and it doesn't happen with one workout. And I was applying that to something that I heard on a podcast that really helped click something for me. Like, we also talk about building your trust muscle and trusting yourself. And that means follow through with like goals that you set for yourself so that you can trust yourself. But what about the joy muscle? I recognize that with responsibilities and the tedious routines we get ourselves in, joy gets sucked out. And I know from some introspection that the best time I feel joy is with my friends, with young kids. It's easy for me to like be playful and to have fun and feel joy. But what about when we're by ourselves? And I'd recognize that when I'm by myself, I'm kind of a taskmaster and a critical one at that, not very fun to be around. So I'm building the joy muscle, and I got some help from whatever you tune into. And it matters what you guys listen to, right? It matters. So bits and pieces from here and there, I recognize that as I begin to add fun things to my day, instead of, we don't even need to go where, as I add fun things to my day, it feels awkward at first. It doesn't feel right. And it's like, this isn't even fun. Like, why am I doing this? Or why am I spending money on that? Like, I started horseback riding and I feel like Steve Urkel walking into the barn. Like, I'm so awkward and I don't know what I'm doing. And I just feel like that. And it's like, I don't even like finding sometimes like, I don't even really want to go because I just feel so awkward. And then yesterday I had a lesson, and one of the lovely people that work at the barn was there recording some of the other riders, and she recorded me riding. And it was like, I got emotional, like the sound of the canter, that beat, and the way that beautiful creature like allows me to be with her and do work with me. I was like so emotional, and you know, on my last time around I was like, yeehaw. I heard myself say that in the video, and it's like, that's where it is. Do you know how long it took me to get there? And I still feel awkward there. 6 months. I've been taking lessons about once a week for 6 months. I still feel awkward there, but I'm so much better than I was, and the joy is coming, right? So we have to build our joy muscle. It's not like when I was a teacher and I was so stressed out and it was affecting my health, which is why I like to do this work, guys. I was like, oh, when I figured out I was stressed, I was like, oh, I'll just stop being stressed. Duh, that's easy. No, it's not. It's not easy. I didn't know what to do. And then I finally allowed myself to change careers, and I learned how to habit change, and I learned how to manage stress or feel something other than stress, because it's kind of was the underlying current. So just like that, I get to practice joy now. It's taken some time, guys. And I know my friends feel the joy from me, and I'm so thankful. But it's time for me to feel the joy with myself. And I could get emotional right now thinking about that, but life is too short for us to be critical and taskmasters with ourselves and like unhappy. Like, build your joy muscle. What are you going to do today? What are you going to try that you're like, when I was a kid, I loved to do this thing. Do it. And if it feels awkward, do it again. Do it for 6 months. And then let that joy build and let that joy flow. And then we get to apply it to all sorts of things. So that's the message for today. I felt some joy during my bike ride today. And it was music induced. And if that's what you need, then start there. Just get your favorite songs. I have a playlist that I made 5 years ago when I turned 40. I was like, what are all my favorite songs from when I was a kid that get you into the state of like feeling young and free and like joyful? Like, all right, that's your tip. And I would love to hear how you find joy, because I'm always looking for more. So share a comment. And if you need help reclaiming your joy like I do, then you know what to do. Just get on my schedule. I love to talk about this stuff. It makes me so fulfilled to talk about this stuff. Okay, enough. Jen Sprague here, signing out, your health coach. So happy to serve and to practice feeling joy for myself and nobody else.